So on this channel, I covered a multitude of different times about Cathie Woods going on a shopping spree, spending a ton of money on Tesla stock. She was basically doing this. However, in this video, I want to cover something that Cathie Woods has been putting a bunch of money into, and hint, it's not Tesla stock. Now, the reason why I wanted to look into this is because Cathie Woods' flagship ETF, which is ARKK, that's the ticker symbol, ARK, has been doing pretty well in 2023 despite having a terrible year in 2022. And the reason I wanted to look into this is because an ETF, an exchange traded fund, mostly trades based off its NAV, its net asset value, right? And so that means that the reason why an ETF is, trending upwards is because the holdings are trending upwards. So I wanted to look a little deeper into Cathie Woods' holdings. I know, okay, well, Tesla has a big portion of it. Tesla has been going up, but I wanted to look into things a little bit deeper. Now, despite myself and multiple media outlets raving about Cathie Wood purchasing a tremendous amount of Tesla shares in the recent trading sessions, you'll be surprised to find out that Tesla is not the largest holding in Cathie Woods' flagship ETF. And if you actually go into the ARK Invest website, you get to see the holdings for her flagship ETF. You'll see Shopify, Square, Zoom, a few others. However, her biggest holding is EXAS. And while EXAS is not a big household name, it has done a tremendous amount for this year alone, as it's already up 40%. And after doing some research on this stock, I found out that Cathie Wood is extremely bullish on EXAS. In fact, she believes that this has the potential to triple in the next coming years, which means that Cathie Wood is not only very bullish on Tesla, but there's also another stock that no one else is really talking about that she is extremely bullish on as well. However, guys, although Tesla stock and a bunch of other companies have been running up in the beginning of 2023, there's something very concerning that I want to address, right? Now, I mentioned this first in the Push and Profit private group, and then I briefly mentioned this publicly on my YouTube channel, and that is that Q4 earnings for 2022, a bulk of it is going to get released towards the end of January and the beginning of February, right? So I shared that already, and guess what, guys? This is the time that is coming. So we have a big week ahead of us, and if we actually look, Tesla has its earnings released this week as well. And the reason why I say this is a very pivotal moment for the overall market is because in the Push and Profit private group, I mentioned how we're transitioning from an inflationary recession, right? That's what was, causing a lot of pain in 2022. And now we may be moving into an earnings recession, right? Where we see a lot of companies starting to release their earnings and show bad earnings. So that's a major concern, which is why this is a very pivotal time and why it's very important to watch what happens in the next coming trading sessions. And on top of that, we had some news from JP Morgan stating that the market can't keep rising on bad news and more bad news is coming. Along with that, I want to point you guys to the CNN Fear and Greed Index. Now, if you take a look into it, we're slowly kind of reaching to this peak of, greed, and we may be falling back into that fear area, which is something that, is also very, concerning. However, something that I often mention is that volatility presents a lot of opportunity, especially if you're a trader. However, you have to be very diligent and wait for the opportunity to execute. And although the market has been very bullish in the last few trading sessions, I've still been very selective on the stocks that I'm trading. See, one of the things that I want to mention is that you should never really chase something, right? And an analogy that I want to kind of break down is that, a cheetah is one of the world's fastest animals. However, a cheetah doesn't chase everything it sees, right? Because a cheetah will often wait for an opportunity to present itself. Maybe you'll see like a baby antelope that's weak, and then that's when they'll execute. And that's why, although the market has been ripe, I've been very selective with the trades that I've been calling out for the Push and Profit program. However, speaking about trade callouts, I do want to highlight a recent trade that I called out last night into the Push and Profit private group. I mentioned I'm going to be looking into Microsoft, and Microsoft did indeed rally today, especially with the news for the investment into OpenAI. However, towards the end of the day, Microsoft did start coming down. However, by then I already warned that if you're up, you might as well adjust your stops and lock in profits. Now, if you guys want to be able to be a part of the Push and Profit program, make sure to check out the links in the description of this video. Also, I'm going to put it in the pinned portion of the comment section. This way you guys don't miss out, because there is a 50% off coupon code that expires by the end of this week, where if you join, you get 50% off to the Push and Profit private group, where you have access to my daily briefings, you have access to the stocks that I call out every single day, and you have access to the over 5 hours of the video lessons I have put into the Push and Profit Profit private group. Now, if you guys don't plan on joining the Push and Profit private group or having access to the Push and Profit program, that's completely fine. You could simply support the channel by tapping that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. But with that being said, guys, you know, we'll really have to wait and see what ends up happening. Is Cathie Wood going to, you know, have a successful year in 2023? Or are we gonna have another 2022 happen to Cathie Wood and, you know, ARK Invest, right? You know, we're gonna have to find out. Whoever tells you that they have a crystal ball is, you know, completely lying. I think one of the best things that we have to absolutely look into is what are the events that are going to take place, because like I said, this is a pivotal moment. It's an inflection point in the overall market. And if we could see what takes place, you know, the market has really bad earnings and things go down, well, we know where things are heading. However, if the market's bullish, then, you know, hey, things may still continue going up. However, you have to remember that February 1st, we have another special important date coming up, which is the FOMC rate meeting decision, right? Where they decide about how much or if they're gonna cut, which is very unlikely, but most likely how much they're gonna raise the federal fund rate. Now, there's speculation that they're gonna raise it by either 25 basis points or 50 basis points. Many, you know, analysts believe that they're gonna raise it by 25 basis points, which may serve itself as a somewhat bullish for the overall market, because it's kind of showing that they're nearing an end of, you know, raking heights. However, or hiking rates, I said that backwards. But at the end of the day, we'll have to see what happens. We don't want to just make trades and predict what's going to happen. We have to wait to see what happens, and then from there, take advantage of the opportunity presented, just like what a cheetah does. With that being said, guys, make sure to, you know, like this video if you haven't done so already. And also, guys, watch this next video right over here, as it's a really great video that I definitely recommend. With that being said, guys, hope you have a great day and take care.